It's a beautiful day today. It's a little early, but today I want to talk about the importance of quieting external input. Because when you're not functioning from the conscious mind, you don't understand that external input is just you, right? So what's going to end up happening is you will go down a negative spiral when you're in a negative attitude. So quiet the external input. Stop watching YouTube. Stop going on social media. Don't be looking for answers. Quiet your mind. Let yourself understand what identity you're functioning as. Let yourself understand what behaviors this identity sticks to, what thought processes this identity sticks to. Understand, is it more negative? Is it, positive for some things, negative for others? People see this a lot in different situations. Even the algorithm in Instagram, they're like, oh my God, the algorithm's so good. It's everything in this life comes from the algorithm that is you, that is who you're being at the time. So you'll have instances where, say, you got in an argument with your significant other, right? Then all of a sudden the algorithm starts mirroring all the negative feelings you have for your significant other on different videos, or different assumptions that you assume to be true that aren't necessarily true, but that's besides the point. So this is all being mirrored from you. This is all coming from you, okay? So all this happens because we're not cognizant of what we're mirroring or what we are projecting onto the world. And then when we catch the reflection, we assume, stupidly, we're like, oh my God, see, my angels are looking out for me, or God's work, or no, it's just you. It's whatever thought process you have in your mind. It's why negative spirals are so common, right? Because when you're in a negative mind space, negative identity, whether it's the addict that needs the substance to survive, even if consciously they're like, oh no, like I don't need it, they haven't decided to give it up yet. Because there's always resistance. And then when there's resistance, that's when it's not gonna work, right? So unless you are 100% certain, and again, easier said than done, right? Being 100% certain about something is not easy, especially when you are working from the logic, right? Any intelligent person will tell you certainty is, in intellectual arguments, certainty is rare. You're rarely certain. It doesn't make sense to be certain, because intelligent people know that they don't know things, right? But in the concept that life comes from us, right? We have to be certain in what we want to experience, right? You have to be certain that your past patterns, and you have to be certain that your past behaviors and past things that our parents might have done, or traumas that we've incurred, or just past experiences aren't the ones controlling us, right? We have to decide. I mean, that's why this channel is called Dictating Destiny, right? Everyone's like, oh no, it unfolds, or karma, or whatever. Look, I'll get into this at some point. Everything in this life is a reflection. If you think you're gonna get karmic retribution for something you did, you will, but you're creating it, right? You will get it, but you are creating it in your universe. If you believe that that making coffee is a meditation that spiritually ascends you, you are going to feel spiritually ascended every time you make coffee, right? If you but like, if you know that you feel better every time that happens, that becomes a practice, but that becomes a practice in your reality, right? Which I would say is why on YouTube they have people, like, everyone panders, right? Because everyone's pandering to some audience. And it's like, oh, the people that do carnivore are going to pander to the people doing carnivore. The people that do vegetarianism or veganism veganism are going to pander to the people to do veganism. Yogis are going to pander to yogis. People that meditate are going to pander to, meditation bros. Bro science, bodybuilders are going to pander to bodybuilders and bro science people. Scientists and medical and intellectual people are going to pander to you're preaching to the choir. You're pandering to the people that you are, right? So nothing really gets done. Realistically, nothing gets done because you're pandering to the same people that have the same beliefs that you do anyways. Because we are unable, oftentimes, to have conversations with people that differ in opinion than us. Because people assume, oh, you can't argue with stupid, but in reality, it is your inability to actually understand where the other person's coming from, right? And oftentimes you assume someone's stupid because your inability to understand, because it's ignorance. But it is what it is, right? But yeah, anyways, quiet and external input. You do not need to be scrolling. You do not need to be watching movies. You do not need to be reading all the books. This is coming from someone that loves information and analysis paralysis. Loves, like, give me the information. Like, that's my shit. That's my dopamine, right? Like I can sit on my ass and not do anything but read, and I like it's fun for me. But then also you gotta understand that that's not good either, or at least for me, it's not what I want to be doing, because I want to be able to execute with the information that I have, right? Or like try it out or test and experience life and have fun. But yeah, quiet external input. Stop scrolling. This is just mirroring your thoughts back at you, and then you're like, oh my god, look, this fucking the console, the galactic console, or the fucking my angels, or whatever. Like, it's all you. Everything comes from you. Every religion, every belief in God, everything is you. Like, oh, I could hear my ancestors when they talked. That's you. That's an echo of your internal. That's all it is. Oh, I have, my spirit guides are saying this. That's you. That is you. You've created a reality where that's real. But it's not the spirit guides themselves. All they're just using the divine essence within you that is creating everything, right? So you're over here giving, like, I wouldn't say it's I think it's giving your power away, but I guess a better explanation would be that you are unable to see the power that you hold yourself, and you're externalizing this source of power to outside of you, which keeps you in a victim mindset, because now you're a victim to everything because you don't have that power, right? You're not the all-powerful divinity that you express, and that creates the world just from thoughts, behaviors, and actions, right? Instead, you're the one that's a victim to everything. You're a victim to your boss. Maybe he cussed you out. That bad driver pissed you off. You're a victim to everything. Your spouse said something that hurt your feelings, or you start having feelings about stuff, and now you feel negative, or the moon is a thing, and now you're overwhelmed and burnt out, and just you sense too much. And yeah, look, you decide your reality always. Quiet the input, external input. Figure out what identity you're functioning at. Figure out what reality have you been creating unconsciously. Because again, regardless of if you are aware of it or not, your God mode, the creation power, is always active. God mode's always active. It's not, oh, let me lock in, let me switch it. No, it's always active. Okay, it's always gonna be active. So don't deactivate Facebook for a couple days. Deactivate Instagram, TikTok, whatever fucking social medias you have. Don't turn on the TV. Try not to listen to music. If you can't do a couple days, do 1 day. Listen to what your brain comes up with when you wake up. You know, are you already stressed out? Are you like, oh my God, I gotta do this, 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 and this, and this? Or do you wake up and you're like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is a perfect day. I have another day to love the people I love, do the things I like to do, you know? So figure out what you do, you know, figure out what happens when you're cleaning, figure out what happens when you are doing chores, figure out your thoughts and your actions when you start getting stressed. You know, where does your mind go when you start feeling stress? Do you kind of increase the stress yourself, maybe subconsciously? Or maybe you freeze? Figure out what the identity that you're functioning as is doing. And then once you figure that out, sit down and write how you want to show up. Not how things get done, how you want to show up, how you want to express yourself in this world. You know, like no one wants to be their patterns, realistically, because that's lame, right? That means you are what you are. Then you externalize everything. You're like, I'm the way I am because the people I'm around, or because the way I was raised, or because this or that. No, sit your ass down, be an adult, figure out why you want to do something, figure out what you want to do, and then just do it. You have that power. You're super powerful. So figure out how you want to show up, figure out what kind of man or woman you want to be, figure out what kind of partner you want to be, figure out what kind of father, mother, you know, son, daughter, lover, teacher, mentor, student. Figure out what you want to do, how you want to show up, and then just do it. Because the person that decides everything in your reality is you. And that's it. People outside of you are going to try to tell you what you are. And it's your choice whether to accept that or not. But then you understand that you could not accept it, right? But you have to understand also that you can't lie to your consciousness. So I know what I am. I know what I'm show up as, and I know that I love deeply, and I know who I am. I know who I want to show up as, and what I want to express, and what love I want to express, and what kind of existence I want here. So you decide what you want and make it happen. But stop the external fucking scrolling, external inputs. All this shit keeps you. It keeps you it keeps you in your patterns. It keeps you in your system, in the old system, in the old identity. Because what we see as a projection is a projection of the identity we've been functioning as. So if you want to make a change, your external is not going to change right away. It's not. And then there's going to be times that you have to stand up to you know, what your eyes see, because you're like, no, this isn't true, right? It's not, because you're changing and you're doing stuff. But a lot of that change is not going to be visible to anyone besides you. And also, what people don't understand, which is kind of funny, I'm going to talk about this another time, is that having timelines for things, it's all in the ego, right? So having timelines is in the ego, and you're trying to control something from the ego. Now, the interesting thing about the God, we'll call it the God identity, right? The God power that everyone has, is that you already have everything, right? But now when you start putting timelines on it, you're subconsciously telling yourself that you don't have it. So you need a timeline to get it by, because you don't have it. And that's manifesting more not having it, because you consciously are putting a timeline and then subconsciously blocking yourself. So you're blocking your own goals by not understanding how this works. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, stop the input, stop scrolling, stop watching YouTube. Fucking just sit with yourself, figure it out. Okay? Every day is a beautiful day. Every day is perfect, because you can say it is so. So make it a perfect day, make it a beautiful day, and have a beautiful day.